The most important day of your cruise vacation isn't your last day, it's your first day. A wrong move in those first 24 hours won't just cost you time and money, it can also steal the perfect memories you've spent weeks, even months, dreaming about. So let me show you how to avoid the 5 deadly mistakes that can ruin your vacation before it even truly begins. My name is Kai. For the last 10 years, I've worked on these colossal floating cities in the middle of the ocean. From bartender to guest services, I've seen nearly every corner of these ships. I've witnessed the pure excitement in the eyes of tens of thousands of passengers as they board. But I've also watched, countless times, as that initial excitement curdles into stress, disappointment, and regret within minutes. Why? Because a cruise ship isn't just a resort. It's a complex system with its own rules, its own rhythm, and its own traps. And this system preys on rookies, especially in the first 24 hours. That first day is the starting line of a marathon. If you start right, you catch the wind at your back. If you start wrong, you stumble in the first mile, burn all your energy, and spend the rest of the race just trying to finish. Today, I'm going to reveal the 5 landmines waiting for you at that starting line. The 5 deadly mistakes. You won't read these in a brochure. These are the truths that people like me, who live in the veins of the ship, see every single day. The things that make us quietly shake our heads and think, if only they knew. So, if you're ready, let's start with the first tactic that will save your vacation. Mistake 1. The Hunger Games trap, the buffet's siren call. You've been traveling for hours, the airport, the transfer, the check-in. You're finally on the ship. You're hungry, you're tired, and you're looking for one thing: food. And right on cue, the crew directs you to that massive, gleaming, paradise-like place, the Lido Buffet. This is no accident. This is the ship's oldest and most effective trap. We call it the siren's call. The buffet is designed to lure you into chaos in those first few hours. Think about it. 90% of passengers, with their carry-on bags still in hand, make a beeline for the buffet. It's an instinctive herd behavior. Everyone is going there, so it must be the right place. The result? A scene we call the Hunger Games. Tired faces wandering with trays, searching for a clean table. Is this the start of a vacation or a battle for survival? Long lines for food, noise, crowds. And you know what the worst part is? The food itself. Let me tell you a secret. The embarkation day buffet is often the most mediocre meal you will eat on that ship. Why? Logistics. On that day, thousands of people are boarding and disembarking. The galley is in a state of controlled chaos. Most of the food in that buffet was prepared hours ago, left to sit under heat lamps, losing its freshness. The pizza is rubbery, the salad is wilted. The culinary team's focus that day isn't on gourmet quality. It's on feeding thousands of hungry people as quickly as possible. Do you deserve this for the first meal of your long-awaited vacation? This psychologically puts you at a disadvantage. Your brain starts to form an equation. Vacation equals stress and crowds. So, what does the smart 10% do? Here's your first cruise tactic. Skip the buffet. Find the hidden oasis. Tune out the siren's call. On embarkation day, most ships quietly open their main dining room for lunch. Nobody announces this. It's a secret for those in the know. And what will you find there? Serenity, a private table, waiter service, and most importantly, hot food, freshly cooked to order. For the same price as that chaotic buffet, free. Imagine having the first meal of your vacation in a proper restaurant with an ocean view. See the difference? One is chaos, the other is luxury. Main dining room closed? No panic. Head to the smaller grill or pizzeria by the pool deck. While everyone is fighting it out at the buffet, these spots are usually empty. You can enjoy a freshly made meal in peace. Remember, going to the buffet on day 1 is a rookie mistake. Follow the herd, and you get what the herd gets. But the tactical passenger breaks away and reaps the rewards. Treat your vacation like a marathon and don't burn out in the first 100 meters. Mistake 2. The baggage prison, the critical flaw in your carry-on. You've eaten wisely, and now it's time for step 2, Settling into your cabin. You open the door, and it's empty. Your checked luggage hasn't arrived yet. This is completely normal. It can take hours for thousands of bags to be sorted and delivered to the correct cabin. Sometimes it can be as late as dinner time. And this is where passengers make their second deadly mistake: an improperly packed carry-on bag. Most people put their passport and wallet in their carry-on and throw everything else into their main suitcase. Then, they are trapped in their cabin waiting for their luggage to arrive. Their swimsuits are in the suitcase, their sunscreen is in the suitcase, their nice clothes for dinner are in the suitcase, their essential medication is in the suitcase. Until your luggage arrives, your carry-on bag is all you have. If it's packed wrong, you've essentially lost the first 5 to 6 hours of your vacation. Instead of enjoying the sun by the pool, you're anxiously waiting in your cabin. Instead of exploring the beautiful ship, you're stressing about what you're going to wear. This may seem like a simple packing error, but it poisons your vacation mindset. It creates a feeling of losing control. This brings us to your second cruise tactic, which will prevent your first day from turning into a prison sentence. Pack a first-day survival kit. Think of your carry-on not just as a bag, but as your first-day survival kit. Here is what it absolutely must contain. First, a swimsuit or a pair of trunks. This is non-negotiable. It doesn't matter when your luggage arrives. You can be in the pool 30 minutes after boarding. The vacation starts now. Second, sunscreen, a hat, and sunglasses. These items are sold at a huge markup in the ship's stores. Don't fall for that trap. Third, an alternative outfit for dinner. Something smart but compact. This way, you don't have to eat your first nice dinner in the same travel clothes you've worn all day. Fourth, and most critically, all of your essential medications. Not just one day's worth, but at least a 2 to 3 day supply. Don't risk your health. Fifth, chargers for all your electronics and a fully charged power bank. The moment your phone dies is the moment you're disconnected from the ship's activities. And finally, all your travel documents and IDs. Never, ever put these in your checked luggage. With this survival kit, you are the master of the ship until your luggage arrives. You are free. This is taking control. This is starting your vacation one step ahead of everyone else. Mistake 3, the digital minefield, the ticking time bomb in your phone. The ship is pulling away from the port. It's a magical moment. Most passengers grab their phones to capture it and share it on social media. And right there, they make the most expensive mistake of their vacation. They step onto a digital minefield without even knowing it. Once the ship is a few miles from shore, your phone no longer connects to regular cell towers. It automatically connects to something called a maritime network, which is a satellite system. Do you know what this system costs you? About $6-7 per minute for calls, and the most dangerous part, $10-15 per megabyte of data. Watching a couple of minutes of video can be hundreds of megabytes. You do the math. This is a digital robbery. I'll never forget a young couple on their honeymoon. On the 5th day, the husband came to my desk, his face white as a sheet. He had received a text from his cell provider. His bill was $4,500 in just a few days. His wife started to cry. Their honeymoon had turned into a nightmare. What had they done? They had uploaded a few videos to Instagram and video chatted with their family. Every single click had cost them hundreds of dollars. Do the cruise lines warn you about this? Yes, usually in tiny print at the bottom of the daily newsletter. But nobody reads it. This mistake continues to hurt you even weeks after your vacation is over. The beautiful memories are replaced by a massive bill and regret. Avoiding this financial catastrophe is incredibly simple. Here is your third and perhaps most valuable cruise tactic. Go into a digital blackout when leaving port. The moment you hear the ship's departure announcement, there are 2 things you must do with your phone. First, immediately put your phone in airplane mode. This physically severs all cellular connections and protects you from that exorbitant maritime network. This rule is non-negotiable. Second, if you need the internet, your only safe option is to buy the ship's Wi-Fi package. Yes, it costs money, but at least the cost is fixed. A week-long internet package is often cheaper than a 15-minute phone call on the satellite network. Here's another tip. Research and buy the Wi-Fi packages online before your cruise. They are almost always cheaper. This tactic can literally save you thousands of dollars and ensures your memories stay beautiful by protecting you from that nasty surprise when you get home. Mistake 4. The cabin prison, ignoring the unexplored continent. Your carry-on is ready, you've had a nice meal, your phone is safe. What do most passengers do while waiting for their luggage? Nothing. They sit in their cabin. They leave exploring the rest of the ship for later, after they're fully unpacked. This is the biggest missed opportunity of all. Those first few hours are when the ship is at its quietest and emptiest. The ship is like a new continent waiting to be discovered, because 90% of the passengers are either at the buffet or tired in their cabins. What happens when you explore the ship in those first few hours? You create a mental map. You learn which bar is the quietest, which deck has the best view. While everyone else is still lost on day 2, you navigate the ship like a pro. You also get a head start on reservations. You can walk into the spa and book that primetime massage slot. You can reserve the best table at the specialty restaurant. You also discover the ship's hidden gems. Every ship has secrets not clearly marked on the maps, a quiet deck known only to the crew, a secluded lounge nobody goes to. You can find these places before the crowds spread out. Waiting in your cabin on the first day is a waste of your most valuable vacation time. To seize this opportunity, here is your 4th cruise tactic. Activate Explorer mode and conquer the ship. As soon as you board, grab a ship map and chart a course for yourself. Forget about the luggage. Start at the top deck and work your way down. This is where the pools, gym, and spa are. See what they look like when they're empty. Visit every single bar and lounge. Decide which atmosphere suits you best. Learn where the restaurants are, look at their menus, and most importantly, talk to the crew. In those first few hours, the crew is less busy. Ask the bartender, what's the best cocktail you make? Ask the guest services agent, do you have a favorite hidden spot on the ship? They are the living maps of the ship. This tour of exploration makes you a part of the ship, not just a guest. You become an explorer. This mindset will enrich every other experience for the rest of your vacation. Mistake 5. The siren's wail. Underestimating the muster drill. And now for the final mistake. The relaxing rhythm of the ship is suddenly broken by a loud, piercing alarm. This is the mandatory emergency drill, or muster drill. Passengers' reactions are usually to complain or try to ignore it. It's just a formality, they think. A real emergency will never happen. This is not only dangerous, it's an incredibly selfish mindset. From our perspective as the crew, this drill is not a game. It is the most serious part of our job. Your safety is our #1 priority. The information given during that drill could one day save your life. How to put on your life jacket, where your assembly station is. Ignoring this is like driving down the highway at top speed without a seatbelt. But there's also the social aspect. Passengers who are late for the drill or don't pay attention delay everyone. By law, the ship cannot leave port until every single passenger has completed the drill. Your 10 minutes of carelessness delay the start of the vacation for thousands of people. And let me tell you another secret. We notice. The crew mentally notes who is paying attention and who is causing trouble. You do not want to be labeled as a difficult passenger for the rest of your trip. To avoid this final mistake, here is your last cruise tactic. Take the drill seriously. Show respect. This is the simplest tactic, but it shows the most character. Be there on time. When the announcement is made, go straight to your muster station. Put your phone away. You can survive without social media for 15 minutes. Listen to the crew. It's a sign of respect for them and their training. If you have a question, don't be afraid to ask. It shows you're engaged. When you complete this drill, you haven't just fulfilled a legal requirement. You've shown that you are a responsible traveler who respects your own safety and the time of others. And that is the absolute best way to begin a vacation. And there you have it. 5 deadly mistakes that can turn the first 24 hours of your cruise into a nightmare, and 5 simple tactics to avoid them. As you've noticed, none of these tactics require extra money or special skills. They're all about a little bit of awareness and the right mindset. It's about shifting your thinking from a passive tourist to a proactive traveler. You can either spend your first 24 hours in chaos, stress, and regret, or with control, enjoyment, and smart decisions. The choice is yours. Remember, a cruise vacation isn't just a package that's handed to you. It's an experience that you shape. And that experience begins with the first day, the first hour, the first decision. My name is Kai. I'm your eyes, your ears, and your tactical advisor on these floating cities. I hope this information helps you have the perfect, seamless, and unforgettable vacation you've been dreaming of. Because at the end of the day, our greatest happiness comes from your unforgettable memories. Now go and start that amazing vacation. But start it right. Start it with tactics.